Here's problem 3512. Two mirrors are at right angles to one another. If an object is placed near the mirrors, what is the largest number of images that would be seen in the mirrors? Let's imagine we have two mirrors at right angles to one another, and we have an object, and immediately we can see an image of that object in each mirror. So here's image 1. As the ray would come here, it would appear on our reflection that that we have an image exactly the same distance behind the mirror. And the same thing over here, as we have a ray going to this mirror, there would appear to be an image exactly the same distance behind that mirror. Well, there will be a third image that is exactly behind the corner here, the same distance from that object to the corner. This image is an image of an image. It is a secondary image. It is an image of the primary images 1 and 2 as defined here. This image 3 is a secondary image. We can imagine how these images might be created if we locate a observing position. Let's say here's our eye. And now if I were to think about what's happening with these various images, for instance, I have a ray coming to my eye that appears to be coming from image 2 here. The ray that's creating that is coming from the original object straight like this, reflecting off that mirror. Again, there's a ray that seems to be coming from image 1 here, like this, and the ray that's creating that is also coming directly from the object like this, but it appears to be coming from image 1. And there's a ray that appears to be coming from image 3 here, from this direction. But that's actually coming as if it were image 1 were the object for the mirror 2. So it's coming as if it were coming from image 1 over here, but it's actually coming from our original object like this. I can locate this image 3 in that way, and by looking at these two double reflections off these mirrors, I would find that image 3 is in the same position no matter how I looked at that. So I end up with these 3 images for this perpendicular configuration. It's neat to note that as our angle between these two mirrors got smaller and smaller, the number of images we would see would get larger and larger. Ultimately, if we were looking at the limiting case, let's say we had two plane mirrors with an angle of 0 degrees so that they actually were parallel, we would see images, primary images in each mirror, and then we would see secondary images of the image in each mirror depending on its distance from that mirror. So it'd be a secondary image over here, and for this one it'd be a secondary image over here, and so forth and so on, infinitely in either direction, only limited by the absorption of the mirrors and the dimming of the light itself. But so we look at that case of two plane mirrors as infinite, and then the angles in between as giving us more or less images as we approach the 90-degree angle where we have 3 images.